Thank you so much for joining us today. Today, we're going to do things a little bit differently. I've had some technical difficulties, so you won't see my beautiful face, but here I am anyway. Today, we're going to be talking about how to make your store consistently profitable. No guesswork, no burnout, just steady cash flow and peace of mind. So let's anchor ourselves in a powerful verse that says, "The plans of the diligent lead certainly to profit. Anyone who is reckless certainly becomes poor." And that's from Proverbs 21:5. So today we're not just talking about theory, we're building a plan. And yes, it's pretty simple. And I'll walk you through how to implement Profit First specifically for inventory heavy and based businesses like yours. My name's Jacob Curtis. I'm a CPA, a certified Profit First professional, and an outdoor enthusiast. My mission is really simple. It's to help other business owners like you finally get paid, master your cash flow, and run a business that gives you financial freedom. I started Curtis Accounting Solutions because most business owners don't need more spreadsheets. I don't know if you resonate with that, but a lot of business owners I work with don't like even spreadsheets a lot. And so they actually need a system that will actually work for them, even when there's inventory cycles and seasonal swings and unpredictable cash flow. Right? If that's you, you're in the right place. So drop a comment, hit the like button, share, like, subscribe, all those fun things. Let's dive in. So let's be real a little bit. Just because you're selling doesn't mean you're profitable. Amazon for years was not a profitable business for many, many years. But, and I've seen many brands, many stores are doing $1 million plus in sales that just are paying themselves as the owner, right? They're not taking home a consistent salary. And why is that? Mostly that's because their cash is trapped in inventory or they're spending without a plan. And so it's time to really flip that script. Let's start building a system that puts you and your profit first. Profit first, it flips that traditional model. Instead of sales minus expenses equals profit, we're going to use sales minus profit equals expenses. And we're going to use multiple bank accounts to give you in every dollar an actual job. So think of them like labeled buckets. And we'll get into what those look like specifically. And then once we do that, every 10th and 25th or every other week, we're going to move money intentionally. We're going to move it out of the income account to the other accounts. It's just like putting on a financial backpack with only the essentials. So here's your new setup. You're going to have these 6 checking accounts, and each of them has a specific goal, purpose, mission, whatever you want to call it there. So let's say you receive $10,000 a week in sales. You're going to drop that into your income account and then allocate it out to these other accounts. Now, just like laying out the gear before a trip, you need to know you have the right load out the right gear for your journey ahead. So you're going to start by moving what's left in your operating account into your income account, then allocate things as an example. So let's say that you have $6,750 in that operating account, $6,750 in the operating account. You're going to allocate 50% to inventory, or $3,375, and then 1% to profit, tax, and overcome. That's how we're going to start this if you have a 50% margin. And then the remaining 47% is going to go into the operating account. You can see that math there. It's really just basic math. You're going to take what's accumulated in the income account. In this example, we have $67,550 in that operating account, and then we're going to allocate it out across these other accounts to get started. This is your first allocation to really get started with Profit First. Now, this isn't just a set it and forget it system. It kind of is, but there's also a rhythm to it, right? We need to be checking in on it and making sure everything's working well. It keeps you proactive, like checking your gear before you go on a hike or a big trip, right? You check your accounts during business hours. So you check to make sure you have enough money and that you're running smartly, and Profit First will give you the clarity and purpose, and those accounts will give you the purpose of what they're doing for each week. So on a daily, you're going to review your balances. On the 10th, 25th, your allocation day, you're going to allocate, pay your bills, pay yourself. On a quarterly basis, you're going to look and take your profits that's accumulated into the profit account, or use that to pay off debt and extra debt payments to get rid of your debt. You're also going to adjust your percentages on a quarterly basis. And then on an annual basis, I recommend optimizing with your advisor like myself or another certified Profit First professional. Now, one of our clients was making just over $1 million, 1.2 annually, but they had almost no paycheck themselves. They were barely taking home enough to pay their bills, which is essentially zero. They didn't have any fund money left. And even then they had spouse was working to help supplement their income and their individual personal income. Now, after just implementing Profit First for 6 months or 2 quarters, then she started paying herself on a regular monthly basis. Before that, it was haphazard, random. After implementing Profit First within the first 6 months of using Profit First and allocating that money, she was able to pay herself a consistent amount every single month, staying ahead of those taxes, and built up $12,000 into her profit for emergency fund and for cushion. Now, I don't know about you, but that would be stress relieving and give you so much real freedom. Now, you're not expected to jump into the ideal percentages overnight. Profit First, when you set a Profit First, gives you and tells you that there are some ideal target percentages that you should be aiming for in your business. However, we don't need to necessarily jump onto those targets in the year. We need to have a 4 to 8 quarter rollout to reach those ideal targets. This is a process, just like planning out a big trip or planning out your next big move. Profit First is this. You take a little bit of steps to get there, and eventually you will. The key is consistency. So again, we're going to adjust slowly over 4 to 8 quarters, and you're going to review, refine, look at your progress, and really reap the reward of your discipline and your ability to do this. Again, remember that verse, Proverbs 21:5, that says the plans of the diligent certainly lead to profit, but anyone who is reckless certainly becomes poor. Well, God honors the diligent and not chaos and not the chaotic people. When we steward well, peace will follow. And Profit First isn't just about financial discipline. It also helps us in our daily lives be more disciplined. It's a spiritual act. And so it's about being faithful with what you've been. So if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, or need assistance with managing your company's finances, please don't hesitate to reach out. I'm really here to help you turn your inventory chaos into predictable profit and those sales that you're getting into profit and help you experience real financial freedom. If you have any questions, please feel free to schedule a call. You can scan that QR code or go to the link listed there or click the pinned comment link below. And don't forget to follow me, Jacob Curtis, CPA, and Curtis Accounting Solutions on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and YouTube. Thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you soon.